Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just a spontaneous one, this one. Little hangout after I've done a review. So, yeah, if anyone wants to come drink a few ales with me, just let me know. I've put the link in a few of our group hangouts, the UK one and the US. So, yeah, let's see what we get up to. I'm cracking this bad boy. It's the new Mountain Culture and Green Cheek collab. I haven't reviewed it yet. I will in the coming week. But I thought I've got quite a few of them, so I may as well tuck in. So yeah, hope everyone's had a good weekend. I just did night shift and yeah, did a review of a New Zealand stout. It was really fucking good. It was by a brewery called Small Gods out of Auckland. And yeah, I need to get more of their stuff. Very, very impressive. Cheers, Dan. Good to see you again, mate. You've got first this time, brother. So yeah, just poured it in my little hopheads glass. And it, yeah, looks a lot better in reality than on camera. Definitely a good beer. So yeah, it's a known as just a hazy single IPA. It's called Ruffle and Feathers. Um, Percentage is 6. And it says we've brewed this collaboration beer with our longtime feathered friends from across the Pacific Ocean, Green Cheek, using Citra Galaxy and Crush hops to create a tropical flavour profile, combining sweet passion fruit with tangy grapefruit. And yeah, awesome can artwork. I love it. Two birds together. And then, yeah, a little later, I've got a West Coast IPA called Gratification. It's got some pretty sick can artwork. And that's it. Yeah, 8%. So pretty big, that one. Amarillo, Cascade, and Nelson. So pretty cool hop bill. That'll be good. So yeah, with Mountain Culture, I get most of their beers I buy on their online store. Most of the time, if I can, I'll get a mixed 4 pack. So I get two of their two new releases. Sometimes you won't be able to, or sometimes they might pump out 3 new releases in a week. But yeah, that's normally what I strive for. 2 of each can normally does the job. Drink one fresh and then have one a little later. It's good if you want to review one as well. But yeah, cheers, peeps. And my good mate over in the UK, Disco of Rasco and Disco, he's currently live. I think he started about an hour ago. He normally wraps up after about an hour and a half. He has a few beers and sort of reviews each one and then just a bit of banter in between. Always good. So yeah, I just didn't want to sort of step on his toes. I thought I'll hang off a bit and as he's wrapping up, I'll start up. Got to look out for each other. It's a good community. This is awesome. Tasting very nice. Cheers, brother. If you're up for a beer, sing out. Might not be the right time for you, but yeah, this is just a random hangout. I've succumbed to the pressure. No worries, dude. Yeah, I just put the link in a UK hangout and a US one. So we'll see who appears from those, and then yeah, if anyone sort of pops up in the chat that's worthy. Yep. Cheers, Lee. Good to see you again, mate. So yeah, my spider story from before was pretty funny. I won't tell it again on this stream because that's amateur hour. But yeah, they're shifty little fuckers. And I feel like, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if I come home from work one night this week and it's back in the house again. They always seem to find their way back in, the little pricks. I forgot I had this. It's pretty awesome. It's a mountain culture pen and it's like carved from like tree. Pretty sick. I forgot I even had it. I remember once I come home and one of the dogs had it in his mouth, like he was ready to chew on it. I'm like, get that out of your fucking mouth. It's sitting there with my mountain culture socks. Oh man. So yeah, as I said, it's only like 2 degrees Celsius here at the moment. Ridiculous. So yeah, this beer's like quite soft and pillowy. Definitely a crusher. Yeah, tropical citrus fruit, fairly sweet. Yeah, that would have been awesome. a, mou- a mountain culture fleshlight. Cheers, Disco. Good to see you, brother. Hope you had a good stream, mate. And yeah, like I'll definitely I definitely gotta like know exactly when you're going live. If you go like live the same day, the same time, I'll make sure that I don't go live at that time. 'Cause yeah, I don't want to step on people's toes. As we said, it's always going to happen, like clashes and stuff. But yeah, if you can avoid it, it's good. You try and work with each other, especially if someone's got a particular time slot where they're always the same. Yeah, if you want to kick on, dude, there are the offers there. She's only early. Yeah, I'm just on the, as I said, Mountain Culture, one of our best breweries, has done a collab with Green Cheek out of California. I know Shark drinks a lot of Green Cheek, so I was sort of hoping he'd be able to get this beer, but I don't think it's going to be available over there. I think it's just an Aussie only release. But yeah, I love the can artwork. There used to be a guy when I was a kid. There was a guy that used to do a lot of Aussie sort of caricature beach like paintings. Can't remember his name, but that reminds me of his sort of artwork. It was always real bright and like busy, like sort of simple drawing, but like bright and busy and like stood out like in real Australiana. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, a lot of them are working together now. It's good stuff. No, no, not him. I know that he did like art stuff and that, but yeah, it wasn't him. His name, I reckon, his name was Ken. Someone. Cheers, Rob. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, Rob or Adam, if you're up for a drink, just let us know. Jump on. No. The great kangaroo, boxing kangaroo flag. Always been a fan. Cheers, Luke. Good to see you, dude. I was salivating at work when I seen you did a chili con carne video. So yeah, when I got some time, I'm gonna watch that because it's actually something I want to cook. So I've never done it myself. So yeah, I'm like, ooh, Luke's got a recipe for some chili con carne. I'm gonna have to do it. So yeah, look out for that. Hopefully it's very spicy. If not, I'll be including more of the good stuff. Oh, this smells good. So yeah, the stout I had before, 10% imperial, like Russian imperial vibes. Yeah, no adjuncts, just real complex malt. 10%. They called it the 1 ton because yeah, it's like 1,000 kilos of complex malts. Yeah, I was very, very impressed. As I said, if it was barrel aged, it would have been like world class. Had a really good mouth feel to it and just had so many different notes and yeah. It even had that like leathery tobacco sort of thing you get in some high level stouts. Cheers, Luke. If you're off, brother, thanks for chiming in. Yeah, no worries, Disco. Good thing is I've got like a few smasher beers now. I don't have to worry about drinking some stuff I want to review. 'Cause yeah, that's always a pain in the bum. I've got a West Coast there by Mountain Culture that I've got 2 cans. I've got a triple dry hopped. I can't remember if it's a double Nipah or a triple Nipah. But yeah, I've got one of them. I mean, I've got 2 cans, so I can have one of them. Um, yeah, don't have any macro smashes. I had a few of them today. Cheers, Dave. Good to see you, brother. What are you drinking, mate, if you're having one? In the words of Real Ale Craft Beer, what's your name, where you're from, and what are you drinking? So yeah, work was pretty cruisy tonight. Hopefully it's like that for the rest of the week. But yeah, I just can't get over how fucking cold it is. Like it's the middle of our spring. Like last week we had a couple of days sort of in the mid to high 20s. And then all of a sudden we're fucking having this, yeah, like 3 degrees Celsius weather. It's like, what's going on? Nothing wrong with that, dude. Do you guys over in the UK? Did you guys get the Oreo Coke? There was like an Oreo Coke and then Coke Oreos, sort of like a collaboration between the two companies. The Oreo Coke, it was Coke Zero. It just tasted like normal Coke Zero, but it had like a sort of like a biscuity, chocolatey sort of like note to it. And like you think that's weird, but like at the end of the day, Coke is pretty much like brown sugar, caramel, and like a little bit of citrus. So like it actually goes all right with like chocolate and biscuit. It's just like having like a stout. Yeah. The weird thing with the biscuits, dude, is they actually had like when you bite into them, they have this like a as you sort of chewing on it or like it's dissolving in your mouth, it has like this thing like it's got carbonation. It's real weird, like real yeah, like it makes you think like you're having like a fizzy drink, even when you're eating the cookies. Like it's weird as fuck. Sort of hard to describe. You need to sort of try it to get what I mean. Cheers, Lee. Thanks for chiming in, mate. Oh, I need to stretch. Yeah. I was thinking about just doing a short of the two just for shits and giggles. Because yeah, I've got like the Coke sitting in my fridge and the Oreos are sitting in my cupboard right now. Cool, dude. RDR, I'm thinking Red Dead Redemption. Number two, cool. Yeah, if I got a console, that'd be a game I'd definitely get. It looks good. I'm sort of hanging out. I don't really play games anymore. But I feel like when the new GTA comes out, I want to play that. So I'm just sort of holding off, and I might buy a PS5 when that comes out. I'm hoping to have like a good deal by then, where you get like a PS5 with the game. Then I'll get some Red Dead. I'll get some FIFA. I'll get some NFL. I normally like the sport games more than anything. Mm. Going down a treat this beer. So we got told today at work that pretty much from now till Christmas time is booked out with holidays, so everyone's like stressing out and panicking. I'm one of those people. I don't want to waste my holidays. I'd always rather just save them, just bust my ass, keep working, and then like have them for something good. Um, One thing I really want to do next year is go to Wellington in New Zealand. Whether I just go for like a couple of days and just do beer stuff and food stuff, or I plan it and go. There's an actual beer festival there called Beervana. It's meant to be fucking sick as it's at like a main footy stadium and it's in the outer and you just walk around the whole stadium and there's just brewers everywhere. I'm real keen for that. I think that's in like August or September. So yeah, it's a good time of the year for me to take some time off. So I might have to start planning in advance, and I might be able to get like cheap flights if I sort of organise it soon. I've got to bloody update my passport. Um, I think I first got my passport when I was about probably like 19 or something, and yeah, they've only got a 10-year expiry on them. So yeah, I obviously haven't used it for fucking ages. Yeah. And it'd be cool too, dude, because it'd be so many awesome breweries there that you'd never heard of or would never have access to. And that's what I love. Like, yeah, you would just go hell for leather on all these new beers that you're probably never going to be able to try anywhere else. Obviously, while I'm over there, I do like garage projects to breweries. Panhead. What else is in the Wellington area? Wellington's meant to have a really good sort of bar and food scene. Um, and yeah, they've got like the one of those sky rail things takes you up the mountain and you're overlooking sort of the bay and that. Like that'd be pretty cool. If I go, I reckon I'd go. The festival I think goes for 2 or 3 days. I'd try and do at least 2 days of the festival and then dedicate a day or two going to the breweries I want to go to, and then maybe like a day or two of sort of sightseeing and yeah, like other stuff. So it'd be good to go for like just under a week. Accommodation's always a killer. But yeah, if, like there's a few other people I know that are keen to go, so I might be able to sort of split the accommodation with other people. But yeah, I feel like if I organised it early, it wouldn't be too badly priced. I could probably go to New Zealand cheaper than what I could to go to like Perth or somewhere like that at the moment. We're unlucky in Australia when it comes to like transport and that. It's very hard for us to get reasonable pricing to travel anywhere. Um, yeah, it's not like Europe where you can just get in a car and visit like a couple of countries in a weekend. Like, that would be awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet. Hopefully, everyone sticks around. I'm not going to be long. So, yeah, I'll be back shortly. Like my little backdrop of Andrew from Miscellaneous Brew. I forgot I had that on there. That's pretty fun. So yeah, it's so cold. It's like this is the worst it's got. When it gets to about that 7 or 8 a.m., it's like the coldest it is for the day. I'm just like, wow. Oh man. So yeah, just finished that one. Probably going to have another one, and then I'll move on to something else. Add that to the pile. I've been doing my own like recycling of cans lately because they've opened up one of those collection places in my local supermarket, which is like not far down the road. And yeah, it's pretty handy. Like I'll rock up there just with like I don't know, a couple of bags of stuff, and it'll pay for like I don't know, it might pay for like a meal for a night. It's pretty good if you got enough. The thing that really annoys me though, sometimes it doesn't take particular size cans. So this, for example, 500 ml can by Mountain Culture. You'll go to put it in the thing and it'll keep rejecting it. It's fucking annoying. It's like, why does it not accept that? But then it'll accept this Budvar one. Cheers, Harry. How the fuck are you, brother? I would love to go to the UK, but I need to save up some big bucks for that, dude. Ooh. Oh, I don't think it. Yeah, like obviously I got to save for that, but it's the time getting the time off work for that. It's going to be the killer. And my dogs. I feel like once my dogs pass, I don't want to think about it, but it was particularly Angus just because he's so old now and fragile, and once he's gone, it's going to make travel a bit easier. Like I don't want to think about it, but yeah, it's going to be the case. Whereas if I'm going to New Zealand, it's going to be just sort of like a 5 day sort of thing. There's no way I'd go all the way to UK for 5 days. If I go to the UK, I'm going for like fucking 3-4 weeks. We have bills to pay back home, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the thing with me. Dogs definitely hold me back when it comes to traveling. Like, yeah, like a fair distance or for a fair amount of time. Mm. I don't have anyone to look after them either. So you got to put them in a kennel, and then it ends up costing more than what you pay in fucking rent or mortgage. Well, when you have two, it does. Oh, that beer is good. So yeah, hopefully Drewy's all right in Florida. This boy here. So yeah, apparently they got some really bad storms there. Um, what is it? They're saying like a category 5 or something. Like I don't know much about the weather and the ratings of shit, but yeah, sounds like it's pretty bad. More Tampa Bay area, which is on the west of sort of central Florida. Drury's over on the east, but yeah, obviously, if this thing's so fierce, like Florida's only a pretty narrow state, so yeah, let's hope the lad's okay. Yeah, that's fucking insane, Dave. That sort of shit can lead to some pretty intense destruction. Oh, whew. Where's an open fire when you need one, boys? Ooh. What can I have for breakfast? But yeah, that fucking stout I had, boys, was so good. I need to find the can. There it is. So yeah, the brewery was called Small Gods. And yeah, it was called the Ton, a 1 ton imperial stout at 10%. Yeah, they said something about 1,000 kilograms, hence the 1 ton name of complex malts. Very, very fucking good, like Russian imperial type stout. And no adjuncts, no barrel. Certainly would have been awesome with barrel though. Yeah, as I said, like a bourbon barrel would have been unreal, or like a peated whiskey barrel. Yeah, just such a big roasty beer. Mm, very impressed. But yeah, as I said with these guys, they're out of Auckland. Um, I've only ever had sort of obscure styles from them. I had a table beer that like blew my mind, and it's like table beer. Table beers are shit. But yeah, it was just like really good. And then yeah, I can't remember what else. It was like something like an Irish red, or it was just whatever it was. It was a weird style, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know whether they brew like big hop forward beers or yeah, definitely a brewery to look out for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this West Coast. Gratification should be good. Should be good. So not sure if anyone gives a fuck about rugby league, but in Australia we had our rugby league grand final on the Sunday night just gone. And yeah, that was pretty tough because I'm a Melbourne Storm supporter, and they were probably the better team most of the year. Panthers were definitely like the two best teams are in the grand final, so it was good. Panthers were a bit up and down, but they've won the last three flags. And anyway, Melbourne Storm got off to a good start, and then yeah, just Panthers just ran over the top of them and looked real impressive. So now they've won 4 premierships in a row. It's pretty awesome. Like the fact that yeah, our sports here in Australia, there's salary cap. It's not like a lot of English and American sport where they can just spend whatever money they want and there's no restrictions. So yeah, the fact that there's been a team that's like such a powerhouse and won 4 premierships in a row, like it's pretty awesome. They've got a lot of Maori boys, and I reckon those boys grew up playing together and have played a lot of like rep football together and just got bigger and stronger as they've gone along in their careers. So yeah, it's cool. Even though I'm a Storm fan, I was still sort of, I don't know, somewhat happy for them. So yeah, it's all over now as far as football goes in Australia. It's cricket season now. everyone's just thinking cricket or the beach, or if they're into their American sports, they're watching that, or Premier League if they're into the English football. Yeah, yeah. See, a lot of people will pick Union over League, but I think most Aussies will pick League over Union. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I still because league is fucking massive in Queensland and New South Wales, whereas in my state it's Aussie rules football, and same in like South Australia and Western Australia. But as far as rugby goes, see the rugby league competition is pretty powerful, whereas the union competition is pretty shit. But when it comes to like union where Australia are playing against like the All Blacks and that sort of stuff, that's more popular than Australia playing against those teams in the rugby league. So it's like country representation in unions bigger. And that's where unions sort of popular in Australia, whereas clubs and states are where it's at in rugby league. So they have New South Wales versus Queensland in rugby league, and it's fucking massive. Like it's probably one of the biggest sports spectacles here in Australia. Like when that's on, the best of a three series, and yeah, it's always huge, sold out crowds, like ferocious, like games, and yeah. Ugh, getting the old yawnies going. No, you don't want to be Collingwood, brother. They're my most hated team. So yeah, I'm a Melbourne supporter. Um, the Melbourne Demons is my Aussie rules team, and then in rugby league, it's Melbourne Storm. Um, Collingwood in Aussie rules is like your sort of like your Manchester United in the Premier League. It's like the most hated team. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think whether these days Man United are hated as much as they used to be, but yeah, Collingwood's definitely the team you either love them or you hate them. Like Carlton supporters hate Collingwood, Melbourne supporters hate Collingwood, Essendon supporters hate Collingwood. They're just one of those teams you love to hate. Yeah. Now you got to start following Melbourne, brother. I've been trying to get Craig to start barracking for Melbourne. It's one thing I'd love to do, like any of my beer community mates, if they ever come to like to Melbourne or somewhere in Australia and I met him, I'd love to take him to an Aussie rules game. I'm sure they did. There's fucking plenty of Collingwood supporters out there. But they're ferals. Fuck them off. Oh, there's a little bit of dankness coming out of that. I like it. So yeah, that crush hop I don't know much about. But yeah, with the Galaxy, you're definitely getting that old school passion fruit, which is good. Because yeah, Galaxy I feel hasn't been the same as it used to be. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Melbourne is in my team. They're meant to be all the upper class people, but like traditionally they probably were. But yeah, it's funny. You see, there was a piss taken out of a girl once because a couple of years ago she was there with a charcuterie board with like expensive like cured meats and cheese and that, and she's at the football. It's like, what the fuck? Typical Melbourne supporter, too much money, all that shit. And yeah, it's always been a running joke that if you barrack for Melbourne and they're not going to make the finals, you're already off to the snowfields anyway, so it doesn't matter. Taking your fucking Range Rover to the snow. Nah, the banter between fans in any sport's always good. See, one thing that's awesome is my team in the NFL. They're expected to have a shit season, and they're currently 5-0. Haven't lost a game. The only other team that hasn't lost a game is Kansas Chiefs. And that's a team that fucking Taylor Swift, you always hear about her hanging around with. Um, yeah, it's just phenomenal that the Vikes were meant to have a terrible year and they're 5 out of 5. It's pretty cool. They just played in London too, which was awesome. It was like an exhibition style. I mean, it was part of the season, but yeah, it was in the Tottenham's home ground. I don't know how many people were there, but it looked like a pretty cool event. So what time is it there now? Is it it must be like what, 9:48, is it? The bloody times changed now with the daylight savings. You guys are completely different to what you were. Yeah, 10:50 p.m. Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, New York would be 5:50 p.m. So it'll make it even more confusing when the UK go back to their daylight time. Just the constant swapping and changing. It's like fucking hell. No, I get it. It's 50 about now. I need to bloody go to the toilet again already. What's going on? I'm getting old. Woo! I'm quickly running to the toilet again, boys and girls. I'll be back. Good old Colonel Sanders. I wouldn't mind tucking into some of that right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries, dude. Definitely. Jump on in. I'll send you the link. Pardon me. So I just sent it to you on Insta, dude. Won't be long. It'll be down here. Ooh. How's your long hair going, Disco? It'd be like halfway down, but probably down the end of your back, I reckon. I just had to cut mine. It just got real badly damaged. I wanted to keep growing it, but um, it's on the Disco Does the Gram one. I can send it to the other one if that's easier for you. Fucking oath, Angie. Should have heard what happened, mate. I'll tell the story again, just for the people that don't know. So anyway, I've got my ring light right behind my laptop, and I was on Drewy's stream earlier yesterday, and I could see like something moving. I just thought it was like the cord that wraps around where you flick the light switch. I'm like, oh yeah, I just sort of forgot about it. And then I seen something moving again. I'm like, am I tripping out? What's going on here? And then anyway, fucking not long after, I seen some little black thing moving around like this, and I'm like, fuck's sake! I'm like, I reckon that's a spider, and it's gonna be big because that looks like a leg, and it looks like it's fucking massive. So anyway, I exited out of Drewy's, like I turned my camera and the sound off on his thing, and I've got up and had a look at it, and it's this fucking huntsman that's like that fucking big, like just like sitting in the middle of the ring light, like just wanting to rest. I'm like, ah, for fuck's sake. What am I going to do? Because I can't like squash it because it's going to make a mess. I didn't want to like grab it with my hand because that's just filth. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I ended up unplugging the light from the laptop, and I've opened the front door, and I've just like sort of picked the light up because it's on like a stand. I've picked it up and just sort of slowly eased it out so the spider's just sort of sitting there and doesn't fall off. And then I opened the front door and just fucking like launched it in the air. And the spider's just stuck to the light and didn't move. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So then I did it again. And anyway, he went flying in the air. He went over the fence, landed on the footpath near the road. And then because he was so fucking big, I seen him like going down the footpath. I'm like, this is fucked. So yeah, hence why my talk of spiders today. Harry the Huntsman. I just couldn't get over how fucking big he was. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I did night shift, and I was like, oh, I reckon he's going to be back. I'll come home from work and he's taken over the house. But yeah, I haven't seen him. I'm hoping he paraded down the to a neighbour's house because yeah, he looked pretty pissed off when I fucked him off over the fence. Cheers, Levi. Good to see you, brother. Hummina. Yeah. Terrible. Just send it to that one, Disco, the Rasco Disco one. So hopefully you've got it now. And it looks like I've sent some other links to that one before. So, woo! So yeah, she's fucking cold here at the moment, guys. Here he is. Welcome in, my friend.
Hello. Greetings. Yeah. Sorry about that. The old Instagram. I ain't bothered with that other Instagram for a while because I never used to use it. So, and I've forgotten the login. So I was sitting there trying to type in all the passwords. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it's like. You need fucking passwords for everything these days, and you get a bit old and a bit weathered, and you
Oh,
forget.
I nearly got locked out of my YouTube earlier because I accidentally logged out, pressed the wrong button, and I'm like, I've no idea what the password is, and I only changed it 14 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh,
so
fuck.
frustrating. So the trouble I'm having now is I've got an email account where the email account storage is full. So people are trying to send me emails and they can't. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and then like it's
Yeah.
like the YouTube is like linked to like the email account. I can't get into the email account either because I've forgotten the password there. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to give them another email address, but like, yeah, I got too
Yeah,
many
for
email
sure.
addresses. I hate technology at the best of times, you know.
Yeah. I get real angry with it.
It's like my thing is like, why can't shit just work?
Yeah.
Like 40 years of home computing, and they still
Yeah.
can't get it to like reset itself. Like we have to
Yeah.
like, you know, what I mean, that whole like that whole like shut it down and reboot it again. So why can't they just do
Yeah.
that? Like, why don't they write some
Yeah.
code where it can just like get you back in? Like, it's meant to fucking help, not make it fucking hard. It bonus points if you know those lyrics. That's a Kevin Bloody Wilson song.
Mm.
You're supposed to fucking help, not make it fucking hard. Operator 42. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, didn't you say you've seen him a few times in England?
Yeah, man. He always tours the UK, and like we got a
Yeah.
theatre just away down the road. So yeah, we often used to go and see him. Not for a long time, man, but yeah. I mean, he's had
Yeah.
so many like farewell tours. Like he's had
Yeah.
more comebacks than Status Quo, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got this. He's known as the voice, John Farnham. And
oh yeah,
yeah, like he was like our one of our main musicians here, known as the voice. He's like a pop icon.
oh
And
I know. He's got.
anyway,
I know the name John Farnham.
yeah, you've probably heard some of his songs. You're the
I'm just trying to
voice.
think of the song.
You're the
Yeah,
voice was one of his main songs.
yeah, I
Well,
know. Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
he was always they always used to take the piss out of him because he'd like retire and then he'd do a comeback and then he'd retire. he had about fucking 20 comeback tours.
Mind you, Kevin Wilson must be bloody 80 or something. Do you know what I mean? By now, and
Yeah.
he's 78 or something. But he always
What
tours
about
with his daughter as well. I love his
what
daughter's act.
about Rodney Rude? Was Rodney Rude ever over there?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. He was a bit more vicious than Kevin Bloody Wilson.
The other one I've not seen, but I only know the one song. What was it called? He had a song called "Bloke."
Yeah, Chris Franklin.
Chris Franklin, that's the one. Yeah, it's the only
Yeah,
song I know, but it
yeah,
was on my playlist for a long time. It was like it's
yeah.
terrible, but funny as fuck.
Yeah. I'm a bloke, I'm a
Knock
yobbo.
around, I really like. Oh, it's funny. Like, yeah, my mate, he lives in Melbourne. Introduced me to him a while back, and Kevin Wilson, to be fair. But yeah, funny enough, I'm just chatting to him on WhatsApp at the time as well now. So, yeah.
It was awesome though how it was like a response to that bitch song.
Yeah, kind of,
And
yeah.
then it actually become like a rivalry thing. Like she then like went further with it, and yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty cool.
really? Oh, she took it
Yeah,
up. I thought it was just like a parody kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
oh, that's nice.
Because there was talk that they wanted it to become a thing where they both sang it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was just like a generally. I didn't think it was that widely known. Like,
Yeah,
it was just like an Australian thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah, I
seen the
can't
one?
think. It was either American or Canadian. I can't remember.
I want to say no. It's not Alanis Morissette, is it? Is it?
Meredith Brooks or something.
Is it Meredith Brooks? I often get the two confused, but yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Did you ever see the one the collab we had with the song "Torn" by Natalie Imbruglia? And
Nah.
she did it over here at the Secret Policeman's Ball. And there was a guy over here called David Armand. He did like interpretive dance.
Yeah.
And he did it. It was part of his act, but he did it on a show over here. So he did like this interpretive dance to Torn. Like, so he'd be like, "Oh, Torn," and in the end, she did a collab with him at Secret Policeman's Ball, and it went pretty viral. Like, man,
Yeah, one thing that was awesome. Do you remember the band Silverchair?
I know the name vaguely, but I can't think
They
off the
were
top of it.
like, yeah, they were fucking massive. Like they were a grunge band from Australia, and they were like in the sort of shadows of like Nirvana and that when they were
Yeah,
massive. And
yeah.
anyway, so Daniel Johns, the front man from Silverchair, was dating Natalie Imbruglia when she was like at the top of her. So it was always like, oh, if they have a kid, it's going to have an awesome voice.
Yeah, but didn't she also date like Lenny Kravitz or something and some other like
Yeah,
really
yeah,
kind of random
yeah.
like I think it was like a British politician she dated that turned out to be like a complete arse.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, well, I reckon she lived in the UK for a long
Yeah, I
time.
think so. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
like off the back of like the Neighbours thing, like so,
yeah,
and the music as well. She was here for a while.
yeah. A bit like Danny Minogue. She went over there for most of her life.
Yeah, she wasn't that big until she went on whatever that I can't remember what that talent show was over here that she was on. But yeah, we didn't see so much of her. She was always in Kylie's shadow, to be fair.
Yeah. Me and Jagman always talk about which one we prefer. I think that he says Danny and I say Kylie.
Yeah, like you'd knock either of them back, you bastards.
Kylie, I don't know how old she is, but she still looks very good for her
Fuck,
age.
she's older than me, but yeah, I mean, Kylie is the right answer of that question, to be fair. But
Yeah, definitely.
so I think she's
Jagman just like Danny because of her big fake boobs. That's about it.
no, Kylie's like she's definitely gone 50.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's taken me ages to get this beer to settle. It went massively like overcarbed.
Yeah.
But I fancied a stout after all the lagers tonight. Like so, I popped a random, a little stout. It's nothing. It's an espresso stout. Oh, it's only 6.4. That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know who the brewery is. It just come in a random box that I don't normally get. But yeah, cheers, mate.
Cheers, dude. I'm going to go West Coast IPA now.
Fair play, fair play.
By the same brewery that I've been drinking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gratification.
with these guys, I normally buy their stuff online, and most of the time I'll get at least 2 or 4 of each beer. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to sort of crack one on a stream like this every now and then if I know I've got another one to review later on.
Gotcha. I've still got that is that Mountain Culture Track collab?
Yeah.
It was out of date when I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, the bloody the sparkling ale.
Yeah, the lightweight one.
Yeah.
I have
It's
to.
like, I mean, for what it is, it's good, but it's just a boring, shitty style.
Well, they mugged me off for it, so I thought I'd give it a go. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. What are you doing?
That looks fucking good.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Good head.
You probably won't like it though, because it's going to be a fucking hoppy grapefruit bitter boy.
Well, you can get West Coast that are done right without the grapefruit and the pine, and just taste a bit more orange. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much grapefruit and how much pine is the question.
It definitely smells like orange.
Cheers, David Wilson. He's off.
Got that marmalade-y thing going on, like some
yeah.
apricot.
Yeah. Orange marmalade or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of pine, but it's not like overpowering.
Yeah,
it's always fuck. That's clean and clear. It looks so fucking good. Little hop bands like, hey.
West. I mean, I don't know. West Coast meant to be clear. I thought they would be naturally hazy. No, are they meant to be clear?
No, the old school ones, yeah. Like, so that it's probably lighter than normal, but a lot of the modern ones they use more Pilsner malt now.
Oh, really?
So they're more biscuity and bready, whereas back in the day they were more caramel.
Okay. I say I know very little because I don't really drink them, but I'd probably go towards more West Coast than New England, but just because of that orange component. But
yeah. Like, if a beer's really piney, do you like it or hate it?
Pine, I don't mind so much. I find it tends to go a bit to that kind of bitterness, like we did one of my brewery at Christmas. It was actual pine needles in it, and it was like, well, it's just about drinkable, but I'm less keen on pine. But I prefer pine to grapefruit. So when you get both, it just racks me out, man. It's just like, but then again, like my boss.
If I get a beer that's got pine needles in it, I'm just like,
yeah, I don't mind. I give it a go. Like I said earlier, like this Mad Squirrel one, they had a West Coast, and it was simply called Pine. And I'm like, normally, if I've any kind of hop reference in a beer name, I'm not touching it because it's going to be too hoppy. So with a beer name called Pine, I know what it's going to taste like, you know. But yeah, like that. So I don't normally do New England's, but like we brewed, or my boss basically brewed a black IPA, and I don't normally touch black IPAs because it's always too much pine and grapefruit. But he managed to balance, because we did it. It was more of a cross between a stout and a New England and like a pale ale than anything else with a dark malt. So he kind of balanced it out a bit more. So there's less grapefruit, a bit more tropical, and a bit more like the roasted notes. So the first ever black IPA, I'm actually happy drinking.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so it's probably like a black IPA with more sort of like pineapple and passion fruit.
Yeah, I mean, the base version, the original, like he said it was a New England Pale Ale because it weren't strong enough to be an IPA. It was only 4.7, and I sell that to people as pineapple and grapefruit, but I just about balance grapefruit. I normally put a bit of lemon in it just to balance it out proper, but Yeah, so this one is originally it was a bit more coffee and grapefruit, which made no sense to me, but it's mellowed out as it's conditioned. So it's a bit more pineapple and a sort of tropical fruit note without being a specific fruit. So I prefer that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do like pineapple, so.
Ooh. So yeah, first sip of that. Definitely orange, but yeah, you're getting grapefruit as well. It's a little bit piney, but not like in your face pine. It's actually got some of that white grape. Do
Okay.
you like the white grape, white wine sort of thing
So
in
a
beer?
little bit of like Nelson Sauvin kind of
Yeah,
hop note. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I never really get white grape from Nelson.
yeah,
Our main beer is Nelson Sauvin and Motueka, and I never
yeah,
get white grape. I always get the more tropical notes. But
yeah. What
yeah, they
about
say
when you have Motueka? Do you get like lime? I always get big lime in those beers.
not so much. Although I haven't tried a single hop
Yeah,
Motueka. I don't think all our single hop ones are Nelson. And well, he's done a couple that are combined, but no, I like lime. If I'm going citrus, I'm going orange, or I'm going lemon, orange, lime. I think preference.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I don't get lime so much. But I get it in like a marmalade kind of note, so it goes like lime
yeah,
marmalade rather than kind of. I don't think
yeah,
grapefruit marmalade's a thing, but sometimes you get a bit of that as well.
yeah. What that jammy fruit? Yeah. Me and
Yeah, like
Craig
the
always sort of
sweetness.
describe, yeah. When
Yeah,
we have a West Coast, it's like, yeah, you get that like orange marmalade sort of thing.
I like the marmalade bit, but not the grapefruity bit.
Yeah.
I never know, like on these things, like how like kind of geeky to get about individual like hot flavors and like
Yeah.
notes and that. And like, but I love talking about it because everybody gets
Yeah.
something different and like
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, sort of say what you think. And I don't really
Mm,
give a fuck what people sort of think. Like, yeah, it's just good to just sort of say it how it is.
yeah, yeah. I mean, even if you're wrong, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like that, yeah, agree to disagree
yeah,
sort of thing. But at the end of the day, like everyone gets, yeah, like everyone's got different palates. They get different stuff from beer. It's
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah,
you can't really. I mean, you can be wrong, but you can also. A lot of people can be in the same ballpark, even though they're getting different sort of notes.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, you can be wildly wrong or
Yeah,
misguided, perhaps.
yeah,
I mean, but I put my hand up and go, I don't really know a lot. I just say what I see, like you say. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And then there's people that you can tell, like when they're doing a review or they're talking about, they're just like looking at something in the background. It's like you're reading fucking description notes.
I don't. I mean, I do that. I don't mind, but I always say I'm just looking at like in the show earlier. I'm looking
Yeah,
on the website and seeing what they say about shit. But I'm like, I'm not
yeah,
saying
but
this.
that's
It's
sort of
me with some
obvious,
knowledge, you
like
know.
yeah, that you're doing that. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know if you ever watch Beer Man's show when we get on there and we describe our beers and stuff.
No, I've heard what you
And
said about it.
yeah, yeah.
I've got to
There's a
look that one up.
particular person that yeah ruins it for us.
Oh, I mean, I've done a whole show about fest beers, and I realised I can't remember. I haven't had fest beers for a year or two, and I know very little about it. I just know what I like to drink. You know what I mean? And these are
Yeah.
all right. These are okay. Right.
What's your favorite out of like the German style beers?
I would unusually I don't normally answer what's your favorite questions because I never normally have one, but
Yeah,
I'd probably German style is probably Hefeweizen, I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
But it's close with Pilsner, but then Pilsner for me is better with Czech, like I was saying earlier. But
Yeah.
yeah, Hefeweizen is probably all round the most drinkable and got most flavors to it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a good question too. Like, do people prefer a German or a Czech lager?
Yeah, yeah. That
So I
I
always
always get,
feel German lagers, they're more hoppy and bitter. And like I feel like they've got more of a bread backbone, whereas Czech's more biscuity and like sort of cleaner and
yeah.
easier to drink.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody pointed out on the stream, so we had a guy from Stuttgart who I've not chatted to before, but he was like, they're essentially, and I said this, they're essentially one and the
You
same
sure?
because the Czechs invited the Germans over to show them how to brew properly, even though the Czechs had the better ingredients.
Yeah.
So all the Czech Pilsners is essentially German, not engineering, but recipes and stuff or whatever, like brewers. So it's basically the same, but I would probably I'd edge Czech Pilsners over German, but
Yeah.
definitely German Hefeweizen is my kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like Hefts are underrated. Like people seem to there's certain people like us that love them, but
Yeah.
then there's like the majority of people they can't really get into them. It's like
If
it's
if
such a
if you're
good
not into
style.
banana,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna if you think a beer shouldn't taste of banana, you're gonna probably struggle with a hef
Yeah.
by and large. And I find it just a different flavour, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, what really messes with people is when people like my boss start putting fruit in Hefeweizens, and that really messes with people's head.
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago, we done a cucumber Hefeweizen, and that's like illegal. That's not allowed. You can't put stuff in Hefeweizen.
Mm.
But yeah, and we just done a pumpkin one for like
Oh yeah.
Halloween, and he does it every year. And it's like, I still don't really know what pumpkin tastes like. It hasn't got a massive flavour in a beer, but you
Yeah.
know it's there and it's kind of good. So
Cool.
but,
Yeah, it's one thing you don't see much of in Australia is pumpkin beers.
yeah, they're not going. I mean, I
Mm.
thought they would have taken that like American kind of thing because you're heavily American influenced.
Yeah.
Probably beers,
Nah,
isn't it?
just for some reason when it comes to brewing and stuff, yeah, fuck all pumpkin beers. I reckon last year, out of all the like the Aussie breweries that you'd expect, I reckon I only seen about 2 or 3.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, this year there's a couple of breweries in this country that are kind of big on it, and I really want to go and get them, but it's like I just don't need to buy any more beers. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, F or wheat beer. Yeah, again, my knowledge base is not good, but yeah, either or.
Yeah, yeah, yam.
We use 3 different types of pumpkins, and none of them look like each other apart from vague shape. But they're quite like we do a roast dinner, so on a Sunday, or the bakery does. So we have roast pumpkin generally, but yeah, in a beer it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think most pumpkin beers end up being like pumpkin spice latte, and you end up losing the pumpkin flavor over the coffee.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just about the spice, if anything.
yeah, which I'm all about. I'm good with the coffee spice, and the pumpkin is well, like Shark says, maybe mouthfeel and a bit of body as well. Like it must give a bit of protein or something. So I'm all good with that. A lot of people will go, "This is not a beer." I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a beer. It might have a load of
Mm.
stuff in it, but it's a beer.
Yeah, because it's normally sort of an allspice, isn't it? Like you get
Yeah,
like, is it sort of like nutmeg? I'm trying to think of the sort of spice combo that
so
pumpkin
probably
spice will
nutmeg,
use.
cinnamon,
Yeah.
Chinese five spice sometimes, or allspice,
Yep.
um, clove a lot of the
Yep.
time,
Yep.
and any variation thereof, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, ginger sometimes. Yeah.
Cheers, Josh, you fuckhead. Yeah, ginger, of course. I should have thought of that. Yeah, in America, it's like a whole new beast. Like, there's just so many of them.
Well, they're big on the pumpkins anyway, that pumpkin pie and all that kind of business. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm all for it, man. Anything more interesting in a beer is good.
for sure. I'm just going to quickly duck to the toilet again, bro. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, go on, mate. No worries, no worries. I try not to ruin the stream in your absence by talking utter waffle and losing subscribers and viewers. So I don't even know how many people's watching, man. I'm on the StreamYard, not the YouTube. So so they put pumpkin in all kinds of styles. I've only ever really seen pumpkin in combination with like spice latte or pumpkin spice beers. I mean, yeah, it's just another adjunct, isn't it? You can put it in whatever. So, Jessica needs to try a pumpkin stout. Oh, I'm all over that. Definitely all. I've definitely had some pumpkin stouts. Oh, in fact, there's one behind me. Isn't there? Yeah, here we go. Look, Pilgrim. Appropriately enough, and our girlfriend. Oh no, that's a pumpkin spiced ale. Yeah, so Abbeydale, that's the main pumpkin beer that I would think of, and what's the other one? Oh, Elusive, the pumpkin latte stout, which is pretty good. I look for them this year, and then like I've bought too much beers, so I'm gonna not. I wasn't gonna do the Oktoberfest beers, so I'm probably not gonna do the pumpkin beers. I've got loads of other beers as well, to do. Sammy, on the other hand, just buys beers when he needs them. I just accidentally purchased too many beers. This one's alright. Espresso martini stout. Can't taste the martini. Definitely a bit of espresso in there. There we go. What's anybody else drinking on this Monday night, Tuesday morning, wherever you are in the world? And do let us know. Read the comments out. But yeah, I'm on Sammy's stream. Hey, Sammy's back. Good man.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for holding the fort.
I can talk bollocks with the best of them, man. I feel it.
Yeah. It does make it easy when you're like us and you can just talk shit for hours.
I had this thing like when I started doing the new lives and that I was gonna like do a little bunch of pre-records. So if I needed to go for a piss, I could just slot a little thing in magazine style. Yeah. And it's like I take up enough time just doing the thumbnail and the blinking the words loading up the thing like and recording stuff.
Yeah, it'd be funny just adding like little humorous bits, like say if you weren't here and I went to the toilet and I add in a little thing and you're just like trying to make people laugh.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm sure I've seen Shark do it at the beginning of lives, where he'll just have like a almost AI produced kind of intro kind of thing. But I mean, I do my own intro as well, but like nobody ever notices because I put little details in and like little pictures and stuff like that. And I need something to like as a fill-in, so I can just, in fact, not even just needing to go to the loo. It's just like a magazine style, like here's a little video. But I've just never. I mean, Mondays and Tuesdays I've got the time, and it just goes. It's gone so quick today. All I've done is thumbnails and words.
Yeah. Nah, that's the thing. You get a weekend off, dude, and you don't have any plans. As soon as you hit the drink, it just goes so fucking quick.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And well, I've got loads of other like.
Good to see you again, brother.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah. Is that I've never got nothing on because I've always got loads of people like want some time or want to do something or I've got to deal with, like.
Yeah.
Brown ale for Thanksgiving. Sounds good, man.
Cool. Is there like brown ale pumpkin beers?
Yeah, that would work. I can't
feel
think
like
of
there
any,
would
but
be.
yeah. Well, somewhere between brown ale, porter, and stout, usually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. A bunch of shitty beer with great people. You should choose better establishment shop.
All I have to say is Vikings 5 and zip. Yeah. Get around it.
It's funny. I did a whole music round in the quiz on Sunday with the connections, and the connections was American football team names in songs.
Yeah.
So, like, Elton John, Benny and the Jets, like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. No one got it, which is pleasing for me, but
Yeah, well, one of our main receivers at Minnesota Vikings, his name's Jefferson, but his nickname's Jetta or Jets. And anyway, Minnesota have just played the Jets, and they've like beaten them over in London. And he's bought himself this big fucking gold chain with a jet on it. And they thought he was like taking the piss, like humiliating them because like he's like, nah, it's my nickname, man. It was pretty fun.
It's like a lot of people expect me to play disco music, and I'm like, not unless I have to.
Yeah. We really need to get you the fucking range beers from Brisbane, the disco series.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out, man.
Like, if I ever hear of someone that's like up that way and is heading back to England, I'll be like, please just get us at least the disco and the double disco and take them back to him.
Can you get them delivered to Melbourne? Or they kind of that difficult?
One thing is they used to have a bar here, or it only just closed down. Range had their own bar in Melbourne when they were doing really well. And yeah, you could get disco all the time. Double disco was like a limited release thing. But yeah, like you could definitely you've got a mate somewhere in Melbourne, don't you?
Yeah, he's coming back in like December or something, so I'll have to have a word and see what I can do. But if I get him sent to him, like he might be able to sort something out. But it depends what the luggage arrangements are. I don't know what, like, whether I don't even know if you're allowed to sneak beers in your luggage. Like, I don't know, like, what do the air companies do? I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure they've got 3 disco beers. It's either 3 or 4.
Fuck! I bought a bottle of Cooper's Pale Ale back.
Yeah.
In my hold luggage, but that was like 20 years ago, so I have no idea what they do now. But
yeah,
I'll work something out.
Yeah, and here, Josh. So Josh's Trillium drop where he's at.
Yeah.
Me and him, we're talking about doing Trillium Garage Project beers together. So Trillium are from Boston, Garage Project are from Wellington, New Zealand. They've got this range of beers at the moment that are fucking phenomenal. And anyway, we were talking about him because me and Josh reviewed one together last year. And yeah, we were saying, I bet you any money he gets the one that I don't have and won't be able to get all the ones that I do have. And yeah, of course, he's taken the photo today and it's like the one that I don't have. It's like, oh, fuck.
Always the way in it.
It's so annoying. But Bumpy's up in New Hampshire. He's been able to get a couple of them. So hopefully, if Josh can't get them, Bumpy might be able to get them and send them to Josh.
There's a couple of disco beers. Well, I've had a couple from America, and there's a couple that I've seen that it's like that's a whole different area. Probably slightly easier than Australia, but yeah.
Yeah. What out of all the disco beers you've got, like what's your pick of the bunch? Do you have one that's
Oh,
like a favorite? Is there like a big barrel aged stout one or
I'd say the Piala that I had recently, the disco, but it was spelt with a K, so it's a bit of a cheat putting in. But
yeah,
yeah, that was pretty good. Probably the regular is probably Disco King, the American Pale Ale from Turning Point.
yeah,
I don't know. The original is Disco Forklift Truck, which is a mango
yeah,
pale ale from Scotland. That's interesting. Um, do I have a favorite? I don't know if I do have a favorite actually. Oh well, no. Yeah, my favorite is obviously the one that was actually kind of named with me in mind for my local brewery, Mad Yank.
yeah,
An American couple, sadly no longer going, but they had a beer called Disco Duck. That was pretty good because he actually asked me what he wanted, what I should. He said, "What would Disco do? What beer? What should we put in this sour? Apricot or cherry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, cherry all the way, man." He came out with a white chocolate and cherry
yeah.
sour, which was really good, really good. And he put my name on the label as well. So yeah, probably that one, I guess. Disco Mountain comes to mind. That was kind of sherbety. But yeah, I do about 5 at a time, so there's always one that kind of stands out.
Yeah. Oh, if I come across those disco beers again, I'll
Yeah.
have to buy a couple and I'll do a review, and then you can at least get to see what they're about, and
Oh
then
yeah, fair play. Yeah, I don't
we'll
mind.
we'll
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
somehow organise with your mate to bring them back for you.
Yeah, I have to see what I can do. He's in Barcelona at the moment,
Oh
and I
yeah,
said to him, the only thing I know about Barcelona is Garage,
yeah,
which is supposedly pretty good. And he went there. He said, "Yeah, so it's awesome." He's been back 3 times.
yeah. I've been telling the boys in the UK that Garage are good, but not as good as Garage Project.
I Yeah, well, New Zealand beer is a whole different thing. Like they weren't anywhere near what when the last time I was in New Zealand, but yeah.
Yeah. Nah, apparently the Wellington scene's phenomenal. Like it's as good as like Melbourne or Sydney.
Well, it's certainly good for a drink. I've been smashed in Melbourne a couple of times, in Wellington
Yeah,
a couple of times.
yeah,
Um, but then in Wellington, I also paid £9 for a pint of Brains SA,
yeah,
which is the most I've ever paid for a pint. But it was imported, so obviously reminded me of home.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's the worst thing. I think like our prices are really bad, and New Zealand are even worse than us.
Oh yeah, but for the regular stuff, the homegrown stuff, it must be like it's got to be the same as here. It's like related to like income or whatever, like your salary. Like you always look at it, how much your beer is per rata to your salary or whatever.
Yeah,
So like, I bulk up paying £6 a pint, but if you're on £11 now, you can have 2 pints in an hour for your salary. You're right.
I miss the days where I'd like knock off work as like a early 20-year-old and fucking go to the pub for a $2 beer.
Well, I suppose I do that now, since I just pour a beer when I finish work. But
So how long have you been at the brewery for that you're at now?
officially, pretty much a year at this point, I think, or maybe it's the end of the month. Maybe it's November. It's either October or November.
Mm,
Um, but like it's been going 5 years, and I was drinking there since the second tap day. So I feel like I've been there. I've been there, but not officially, like for a long time. But yeah, on the books, like since I think it was last November.
yeah,
It's gone quick, man. It's just like rush past because it's like it's all it. It used to be like when I was working during the week. It used to be get to the weekend to go for a pint, you know. or like to go out. I always have a pint during the week. But now it's like get to the weekend to work, and then Mondays and Tuesdays is me like days off. It's weird, but I actually enjoy working on it. I never thought I'd enjoy working a weekend, man. Never used to work a Saturday. So that was always my day off.
Do you reckon it's just the fact that you're in a position where you sort of, I don't know, a bit more relaxed and
Oh
enjoy
yeah, it's super chill there.
like,
You know what I mean? All the customers are pretty good, and
yeah,
yeah, it's talking about beer all day, and yeah, it's just like fairly relaxed. You know, it's busy. I mean, it's busy, and it's good, but yeah, it's just pretty good, man. It's
I'm definitely getting some more pine as this Westie is warmed,
huh.
which I like, but you might not. Yeah, Amarillo, Cascade, and Nelson.
Oh, okay. Don't know too much about Amarillo. Cascade, I usually avoid, but Nelson
Yeah,
can be alright. So yeah, it's interesting, man.
Amarillo's generally like citrusy.
Yeah, yeah. I would assume Amarillo is
Yeah,
among those kind of American hops that give it that
like
kind of
a grapefruit boy.
yeah. Yeah, don't show me the way to Amarillo. I'm not interested in that journey.
So, how many beers did you have on your stream, and what was the pick of the bunch?
Just these three, man. Just three like UK based like fest beers. And they're all pretty good. They're all pretty level. Like really, I smashed them through in like an hour
Yeah,
easily. I think this one was the best actually. Oddly, it was a very. I don't think it was massively representative of fest beer compared to the others, but it had a kind of lemony note, which I like. I'm not sure how
yeah,
relevant it was to fest beer, but
yeah,
a bit dangerously floral, but really drinkable anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a Mad
Just
Squirrel
a
one from.
just a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, I
Yeah,
suddenly realised I didn't bother with fest beers last year. I just probably had some vice beers or something. So I can't actually remember what I'm basing it on in the German style. But they were okay. They were really drinkable, man. Like, you know, I don't mind. I used to be really anti lager, but a craft lager where it's got all that nice balance and some actual proper flavour to it, I'm all good.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, it's like sometimes, like back in the day, especially, you get a craft lager and you'd be paying like $8 a can. It's like, what the fuck? Like, this is ridiculous.
yeah. Do you
But
get a big
yeah,
Oktoberfest thing there, like in Melbourne? Like, you get a lot of people doing that kind of.
we have a few events, like smaller events.
Mm.
I think they put on a really big Oktoberfest event in St Kilda. Did you ever go to St Kilda when you were in Melbourne?
That was the American the Aussie Rules football team I was trying to remember because
Yeah,
we stayed in
yeah,
St Kilda and I lost my fleece there, but I still like St Kilda. Yeah, that was good, man.
yeah, yeah. So St Kilda's sort of like it's a trendy little area that's on the coast,
Yeah,
and it's sort of like to the east of the city, and
yeah.
like has like the big like fairground there, and but yeah, it's also known for its like the hookers and the nightlife and that sort of stuff as well.
To be
So
honest,
like
I don't
yeah,
really. We was only there like I think we was there a couple of nights, and
yeah,
yeah, I don't remember too much. That was a long time ago, man. But I've definitely been there.
yeah. But like it's yeah, it's an awesome suburb of Melbourne. Like there's always plenty going on. There's good food, good nightlife. That's where like most your UK backpackers are situated.
Right. Yeah. We was probably at the YHA there, I think. Remember rightly.
But yeah, huge as like influx of English and Irish backpackers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we stayed out that way because then we went like on a Great Ocean Road after that, so we was out that side.
That's where I am, boy. Yeah, Great Ocean Road's awesome. Did you do when you did the Great Ocean Road? Did you do any of the Otways, the forest?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did a couple, and I couldn't remember which one, but it was like I don't know, we just because there was like four of us in the car, and we just like my missus had the old like guidebook, and it was like, oh, we just stop here and do this, do that, and I'm like, don't know where we are, but it was yeah, really good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I remember you mentioning like Geelong and a few places. I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely got around a bit.
My favourite bit there's a Bill Bryson book, and there was this one particular town. I don't think it's Great Ocean Road. I think it's coming back the other way. You come back over the top, and there's a little town called Hay,
Yeah,
Way. There's this thing in this Bill Bryson book about stopping there, and I actually did it. And you stop at the town before, which is like fucking 100 clicks away. And we went into the service station. I said, "Is this the road to Hay?" And he said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, it's quite late. Do you think we'll be able to make hay while the sun shines?" Such a shit joke, but to go like 100 k's away to do it.
yeah, yeah. When you're in Australia, like how long were you here for?
So the first time, the last time I was only there for the weekend because I spent too much time in New Zealand. But the first time
Yeah,
was 2001,
yeah,
and I arrived in Sydney. My mate had a flat in Sydney, and I arrived on like September the 9th or something,
yeah,
2001. So I was there for like September the 11th, watching like on TV, and I got a flight out. We went to New Zealand for 3 weeks, and I got back just before Christmas, so in December, so like 3 months.
yeah.
And immediately I kind of like I was working out how the hell I could get back again, but you had to go and save some money up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally got back 6 years later. But I don't know. Yeah, I went to New Zealand instead because we hadn't spent so much time there, and I was going to have a month and do all the other bits in Australia, and then I don't know. I spent too long working in New Zealand, and then I went to Perth to see a mate, and I ended up only doing a weekend.
Yeah.
And then I went to see a mate in Thailand, Bangkok. So, I didn't do as much of Australia as I wanted to the second time. So I was adamant I was coming back, and I couldn't get the visa, couldn't get the working visa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't know. Next year, man, maybe.
Yeah, that's like me with the UK and the US. It's like, oh, when am I going to do it? I'm keen.
Yeah, it's never so much the distance. I mean, I don't mind on a plane. I just sit there, but it's always the
Yeah.
price, and like you've got to justify. Like you said earlier, you can't just nip over for 5 days. You can, but like my mate
Yeah.
has, he's working, but like you want to do a few weeks, don't you, just to try and get everything in, like whilst you
Yeah.
make the journey, like. But
Yeah. See, the hardest thing for me at the moment's the dogs.
yeah,
I can't just fuck off and leave them for.
yeah. Well, normally I like but the bloody cat didn't even mean to own a
Yeah.
cat. I don't own a cat. She just stays here.
Yeah.
Bless her. Yeah, but I can use that as like, oh yeah, I can't afford it. It's like plus the cat, but
Yeah.
bless her.
No, it'd be fucking unreal though, like America doing the whole like camper van thing and just traveling around and catching up with all your mates there.
Well, yeah, no disrespect to the Americans, but I've always wanted to go to mainland America, but never really fancied it.
Yeah.
Like I went to Hawaii for a week, and that was about as much. And even then, getting out of Hawaii was a pain in the ass with like the security guards at the airport wanting to know your fucking inside leg measurement and like all this old bollocks. And I'm like, oh, just get me out of here, man. So yeah, I don't really fancy mainland America, but obviously there's a lot of people and a lot of things I want to go and see there. But maybe one day, man. But yeah, Australia and New Zealand's first, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm surprised I haven't been to New Zealand yet. But
Have you not? Oh man, it's literally on your doorstep, but it's not.
yeah. I mean, it's probably the equivalent of you going to Ireland.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong. I mean, the distance is greater, but I've only been to Ireland once. I've only been to Ireland for a week, and it's like it's next door, man. And there's so many places I want to go to in Ireland and Northern Ireland. I mean, I haven't even been to Scotland for about 15 years. That's definitely closer, but yeah, there's so many places in this country I've not been to yet, but so many places I have. I don't even know what this beer is, man. I've got to check it out. Oh, it's European. I thought it was American briefly, but yeah, it's from a box of European beers. Heart of Darkness is the brewery, I believe.
What is it?
It's Heart of Darkness, Black Shadows Espresso Martini Stout.
Heart of Darkness isn't Vietnamese, is it?
Yeah, it could be actually. It did. I might have come out the Asian box actually. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. Heart of Darkness, Vietnam.
Oh, I know my shit.
Yeah, you're fucking good, man. It's over your side of the world, isn't it?
Nah, so what? The reason why I know them is we had a festival here in Melbourne a few years ago.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there was a heap of Southeast Asian breweries there.
Well, like we were saying about being next door, that's your next nearest neighbour.
Darkness being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like, so the Heart of Darkness were like the Vietnamese representative, and then they had a couple of Hong Kongs, a couple of China, a couple of Korea, a few Japan. Yeah, it was like a pretty good event.
Okay. Yeah, no, it came out the Asian box, and that makes Heart of Darkness sounds like a great rock metal band of some kind, doesn't it?
Yeah. Fucking oath.
Yeah, it's all right though. It's settled down a bit. It's quite sweet, but yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good seeing James from Rampant Lion, like in Asia at the moment. He's there drinking all their good shit. He's been drinking heaps of good Aussie stuff.
I have to go back to him because I used to see him all the time, but whatever the algorithm has stopped showing me his videos, so I forget. And there's so much other stuff to watch, and sometimes I'll pop back on and see what he's doing. Like, it's difficult for me because like I'm never going to drink any of those beers, but it must be the same as what it's like for me reviewing a beer that you guys won't get. But yeah, he knows his shit, man. It's all good fun.
Yeah, fucking oath.
He gets back here from time to time, so hopefully catch up with for a beer at some point if he goes through London.
Yeah, well, he's talking about coming down to Australia, so he wants to like catch up.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, definitely.
So Josh is saying about 40 minutes. Tanner and I will be reviewing Fall from Maine Beer Co. Cool. So yeah, this main beer co, I don't know a lot about them, but yeah, everyone seems to hype them up. Sounds like their stuff's pretty good.
They can't be the only one, though. I'm sure they're the main one, but not the only one.
Yeah.
So, they don't get any better, my puns, but they are still there, at least relevant.
Yeah. It's like a group of them, like Beer Man. He went over to the northeast and hung out with all the boys that live in that area. And that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like, really good videos were made. And yeah, this main beer company or whatever the fuck it's called, they all went there, and they have a beer called breakfast, one called lunch, and one called dinner.
Out the breakfast of coffee stout, though.
Just hang on a tick, my dogs are going nuts.
Okay. That's the trouble, man. When you haven't got dedicated studio space, you got to worry about animals. I'm going to worry about a cat who's sat on my lap again. She's got ultimate soft furnishings. She could go and sit on any of the soft furnishings, but she have to have me lap. Yeah, you. Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? Bless you, you daft cat. Well, she is very soft and cuddly, so we let her off. But yeah, dogs on the other hand, yeah, I love dogs as well, but yeah, can't. Well, that's the thing. Dogs you can like control a bit more and tell them what to do and like sit. You tell a cat to sit, she looks at like you've just like spoken in a different language. But what can you do? What can you do, eh? Ooh. I tell you what, this is what I got to do. It's weird being left alone on a live, somebody else's live. There's 5 of you watching. It's good on you. If there's 5 of you watching, Vanessa Kitty, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Cheers. What about the other 4? Who else is on? I know Last Beer is on. Miscellaneous, maybe. Last Beer, you still on? Give me some beer facts. Need to talk about beer. I got 2 more lives done this week. Simo! You had a few strong ones. No, not really strong. I'd say medium. This one's 6.4, so a nice little stout to finish off. I try to keep it to 3 or 4 a sesh these days, you know what I mean? Yeah, 3 over 5.5, I suppose, so on average. I don't know, would you say 5.5 is a strong ABV? I don't think it is, but a lot of people do when you start 4.5. Yeah, no, it's literally this is it. I've been drinking slow. I've been chatting too much, but yeah, I've had a few. Been alright. I'm not slurring my words yet, but yeah, I've had a few good beers.
We're not far off though.
5.5 about average. Yeah, I think 5.5 is a good session strength for experienced drinkers like what we is.
Cheers, Vanessa. Good to see you. Cheers, Harry. Harry's back
Bruno,
again.
I missed Bruno. Sorry, mate. Yeah, good to see you. Cheers, man.
Simo, good to see you, brother.
Fuck, it's nearly tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what you on? You're like midday or something now?
10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock a.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you were on nights?
So not yeah. So I'm on overnight, so I finished work about 3 hours ago.
Okay, fair play.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just hit 10 o'clock now.
It really messes me when you're on because I don't know the time difference. So
You
when you
guys
walk up
are
for a
9
beer,
hours behind, but
I
now
always
you're
forget.
10. Now we're 10 because we've gone into daylight saving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it always messes me up when you're on having a beer, and I'm like, you can't be having a beer at this time.
Yeah.
Even like accounting for the hours, like, I always forget.
Nah, the thing that fucks people up with me is I do rotating shift. So 1 week I'll do nights, the next week I'll do afternoons, the next week I do mornings. So yeah, it fucks with people's heads because they never know what time I'm going to be around. But I like, for me personally, it suits me more when I do nights because like then I come home and you guys are about, and like
Time difference, yeah.
yeah, I don't have a partner and I don't have kids and stuff. And I actually prefer to work nights because like it's cruisier, I get paid more. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when I come home, there's more going on. Like, yeah, it's good.
What are
I
you doing
wish
next week then? You on mornings next week?
afternoons. So yeah, it always goes nights, afternoons, mornings,
Right.
nights,
So yeah. So
afternoons,
then
mornings.
it'll be mornings here next week, when if you like by when you finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking. I was just thinking of like if I do those Australian beers.
Oh yeah.
If you fancy coming on next time. Well, next time you're on this time of day, so
Yeah.
I better come back from work and Sam is back on
Yeah.
it.
What Aussie beers are you gonna do?
Well, I got that track one,
Yeah.
and I think the other one. I think I've got another Australian beer, but I think there might be the other two that I've got in mind. I think are just Australian hopped beers, so it's nothing like
Yeah.
major.
Yeah. So it's
I'll
like
have to look them out, but
Galaxy or Eclipse or Ella or something.
no, unless I actually get some Australian beers that you can get hold of as well,
Yeah.
because I can get some Aussie beers in this country, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at like Tooheys and that for a bit, and maybe do a joint one on that or something, but that's
Yeah.
like not that exciting, to be honest, is it?
Nah, not at all. If you
I
can
mean, I'd
get
love to
like,
do VB.
do you guys still get little creatures over there?
I've seen them about, but I wouldn't know where to pick
Yeah.
them up without
Yeah.
researching. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like the Aussie craft beer scene's phenomenal, but just
yeah,
no one else knows about how good it is because it's just so far away from everywhere else, and you just don't get it.
we used to get Moondog for a while, like on a
Yeah,
particularly unpopular subscription service, but I haven't seen them on that for a while either.
yeah,
Stone and Wood. Yeah, might have to do a bit of research or something to do a joint review or something, but
yeah. Stone and Wood definitely isn't the beer it used to be.
So I wouldn't mind doing those Coopers again at some point. We used to be able to get those in this country as well, but I haven't seen them for a while.
Yeah,
I did look that up the other day, actually.
yeah. Well, that's what that track and mountain culture beer is based on. The
Yeah,
Redding Coop.
I got to try
The
that soon because it was out of date when I got it. But
yeah. It's sort of a tough time to get something sort of relatively new.
yeah, that's the thing. They're always going to be a couple of months out of date by the time they get it, probably, aren't they?
Yeah.
I have
There
to do
you
a bit
go.
more research.
Harry's giving you some recommendations.
Oh yeah, Coopers. You can get a Majestic. I was looking at Beers of Europe. They had them on there for a while, but Majestic, really? Ah. Majestic is like a little wine shop, but they've over here, and they're a big chain over southeast. But they did diversify into craft beer a while back. But they do all sorts of other stuff. But they're a bit. It seems a bit posh and a bit pricey. But if they're doing Coopers,
Yeah.
12 packs only. Yeah, I only want two bottles.
Oh, 12 pack. There's no way you'd want to buy that many.
Yeah, I just don't need it. I don't need 12 packs of anything that much. Even beers I like, I
Yeah.
don't buy 12 packs of. But
See, if it was 4 pack, it's like it's too much, but you'd still.
yeah, I
Probably
could
have a
manage.
great.
Yeah, you can just have
Yeah.
one every now and again. Like, but
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, they used to be on singles at Beers of Europe, so it would be okay. But I haven't seen them on there for a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. A company called Beers of Europe, based in the east of England, selling Australian, Argentinian, and various other random country beers, not just Europe.
Argentinian. Isn't that Kilmes or whatever the fuck it is? I
Couldn't
know the
tell it.
one you mean. It's like a blue and silver bottle.
Well, have no time
Kilmes.
for Argentina, so.
Dead to me. My dog's just looking at me right now like I'm dead to him.
Ooh.
Ooh. So what time is it there where you are?
It's officially tomorrow now. It's Tuesday morning right now.
Yeah.
I'm good because I haven't got to get up tomorrow particularly, but I have because I've got loads of stuff to do. I just won't get any of it done.
Yes. Sounds good.
Ooh. But yeah, man, I better finish this beer up and head off and do some stuff, man, and get to bed.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I do drink in threes and fours now, and I get to a point where I can't be bothered to drink anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm getting too old.
Yeah, I was like that watching the rugby league grand final. Like I was enjoying the game, but it was just like I can't be fucked drinking anymore.
So many jokes
Cheers,
about
Harry. Good to see you, brother.
that. Yeah, man. Oh, this fucking cat is asleep on my lap again. I've got to move. He's a fucking dead weight.
Yeah.
At least you don't have that. The dogs don't jump up on your lap and want to cuddle, do they? Cheers, Harry. Good to see you, man.
They're too big for that shit.
My cat's only small, but she's still bloody heavy.
Yeah.
Dead weight. Bless her. All right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to toddle, man. It's been great hanging out, man. Good stuff. Cheers for the invite. Cheers
No
for popping
worries,
in
dude.
the stream earlier, and we'll catch you. Are you on all week?
Yeah, so I'll be on night shift all week and I'll be doing my usual probably one review when I come home from work.
Sweet. Okay, yeah. So I've got a
Yeah.
live book tomorrow. Lager logs are on
Yep.
tomorrow. And hopefully
Is it
maybe
gonna be
Shark is
similar
on.
time to what you did tonight?
Yeah, we'll go 8:30 here for
Yeah.
an hour or
Yeah, well,
so. So.
if that's the case, I'll jump into yours in the chat and
Yeah.
have a chat.
Oh, sweet, man. And I might even have one on Wednesday, possibly Shark coming in for a beer on Wednesday. So we do
Oh yeah,
them
cool,
Verdant
dude.
Shark beers. So
Yeah. No worries.
sweet.
Yeah, well thanks for jumping up. It's good to
Yeah,
see you
cheers,
again,
man.
dude.
Cheers, everybody in the chat. And yeah, have a good one. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man.
So I'm just deciding what to go next, boys and girls. I've got a triple dry hopped big Napa boy that I might go next. we'll see what happens. It's been a little bit quiet on the YouTube front tonight. And yeah, cheers, Harry. Good to see you, brother. They're little creatures. I don't know what they're like these days. I haven't had their beers for fucking ages, but yeah, they're always pretty solid. Done some good stuff. Their pale ale was always pretty decent, like a easy drinking American pale. Hmm. Anyway, I might go organise another beer. So if people are still there and they're still about, yeah, hang about and we'll see what I'm going to come up with next. See you shortly. Cheers, legends. I'm back. Whew, she's a little cold out there. So I've got a triple dry hopped New England IPA at 8.2%. It's called New Hollywood. Pretty impressive can artwork. And this one has, oh, I'm so cold. This one has Mosaic and Idaho 7 and Galaxy. Cheers. And yeah, as I said, if there's anyone out there who wants to join, just sing out. I put the link in for a few groups, but it's been a bit quiet tonight. It's good to see Disco up here. He's a good fella. I love him. So yeah, this one looks the part. Very, very juicy boy. And I'll probably end up doing, actually, as far as this, it's known as the Triple Dry Hop Series. This is beer 3 of 4. I've got 1, 2, and 3 in the fridge. So what I was going to do is I was waiting for number 4, and then I was going to do all 4 as like a collective. So yeah, obviously 2 cans of it. So I thought, why not? Let's drink one now. See how it goes. Ooh. So yeah, is anyone else out there having a beverage? She's Tuesday morning here. The sun is trying to come out. It's like very wet and cold. It's that sort of weather when, yeah, it's like you have the fucking huge as like ski jacket on. You'll be wearing it all day, and then all of a sudden you get a bit warm. Ooh. Oh, it's been good tonight. Just chilling out, hanging out, plenty of banter, some good beers. I like it. Ooh, that's good. Very smooth mouthfeel. Huge on the pineapple. Fucking massive. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? If you don't like pineapple in your beer, you're pretty much fucked with this one. God, it's cold, man. Fuck. I can't get over how fucking cold it is. Woo. Man cuts firewood during stream to survive. So is there anyone still around? Shit, that's tasty. Very enjoyable. So yeah, one thing, another. Let's have another little, a little rant or a little story with Sammy, shall we? So I have on Spotify, right, a particular playlist. It's named after my area that I work in, and it's set to private. But one thing I've found is a few of my Facebook friends have been able to download or access the playlist. And like, good on them. Like, at the end of the day, who cares? It's cool that they're playing the playlist and enjoying it. But it's like, if I've set it to private, why are they able to access it? Like, the main reason I set it to private is for particular people not to be able to see it. And like, yeah, I find that a little bit annoying. Just wondering if anyone else has had the same trouble. It's full on that beer, I'll tell you. Woo. So I get like huge pineapple, huge orange, and then I get like this mango guava sort of thing going on. It's a little bit earthy and grassy. It's like, yeah, definitely more sweet than like dry and bitter. It's got the sort of sherbet vibes, but yeah, just for the guy and his role in the relationship and the girl and that, I feel like I don't know, the beer's not gonna be what it should be. It's fucking tasty. Anyway, I got 5 people still watching. I don't know what's going on there. I think that's inaccurate because there were times earlier where it said one person watching and I had about 7 people in the chat. So say g'day if you're still out there. Tell me how much you hate Collingwood or you love rock music or you love me or you appreciate the Melbourne Football Club. Just give me something. Come on. Anyway, I'm going to the toilet. I'll be back. Oh, yes. Oh, man, it's cold. Woo. Been going for nearly 2.5 hours. This is insane. So yeah, huge pineapple off this bad boy. I can't get over how intense it is. Big, big pineapple. It's amazing. Woo. Oh man. got to make yourself comfortable, guys. Jackman, fuck yeah, bro. How you going? I'm freezing, bro. I'm fucking freezing, dude. Hope you're well, dude. Are you having a beer? Here I am just adjusting myself. I'm getting a beanie on, brother. Oh, yeah. That's the shit. Oh, yes. Now we're good. Roasty toasty, baby. Roasty toasty. So, yeah, fucking cold here, boys and girls. Currently, I don't know. But earlier it was 2 degrees Celsius. And, yeah, not putting up with that trash. Oh. So how's things, Jagman? Good to see you, brother. 10 Mile. Ooh. Done a bit of a stroll, have you? You and Emma, or just by yourself? That's a fair effort anyway, if you've gone 10 miles. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. So part of your gym group. That's good. Oh man, I can't get over how cold I am. I got wet socks. It feels like the middle of winter. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. If you want to jump up for a beer, brother, just sig out. I had a disco on just before. But yeah, there's been like quite a few people watching, but like not much action. Like it's sort of weird tonight. There's not much going on. There's not many people wanting to be involved, but then the numbers are there for people just watching. So yeah, it's a little weird. Craig has said that he's only drinking certain days. And Josh, I think, is doing a review with someone else at some time. Yeah, it's a little disappointing, to be honest. Just not much going on at all. Oh. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I feel like there's shit going on, but just, yeah, not here, if you get what I mean. So, yeah, thanks everyone for chiming in. And I made a very spicy curry last night. So, hope you and you and you enjoy. Oh, man, it's cold. Oh. Well, I better wrap this one up because it's slowly dying. I'm extremely cold. Got a couple of mates here with me. I'm not going to step into any like thrash sort of stuff. I'd love to, but no. So yeah, thanks for having us, and gonna see you tomorrow sometime. So cheers. I'm ending it right now. Cheers, guys. Just going to turn it off. Hope everyone has a good day. Clicking on. Cheers.